Hi and welcome to Phoenix Crypto. My name's Andy and welcome to another edition of Market Watch. So this is just going to be a quick review of what is going on at the moment in Bitcoin and in the world of crypto. And I think for anyone who's been watching and following any of my videos for the last week now, you know that I've been talking about a couple of really key trend lines. Just turn a couple off here. So the trend lines in particular is this white trend line. So I'm just going to get rid of these support resistance lines. This white trend line here, which has been cutting across from an October all-time high, and this bottom trend line here, which has come from a July and October dump, really, a low. And we've been ranging for some time, and we've tried a number of times to get across above this line, and we've really struggled. You can see this liquidity zone, which has been really strong, very strong just here, and that's been very difficult. At the same point, you can see this EMA line, which has provided an element of support. So you can see that we're bouncing on it right now, and we've had a very strong wall of support in and around the 56k mark, and you can see this is obviously on the 4 hour, and you can see we've been ranging here for a number of days. On the one hand, it's provided some good scalp trades, you know, if you've followed those. However, if you're looking for big moves, this has not been the case, you know, and we're now getting to a point where we're getting closer and closer on this time frame as this trend line trends down. And we're getting to a point where it's make or break. And if I go to the 2 hour, got a lovely blood diamond here. We've got one on the 1 hour, which is confirmed, trying to get through here. There is a very real possibility that we move down. Okay, now you can see a blood diamond here, and we've already got as far as there. Nothing's really happened. The 2 hour is a little bit more potent, so this one, yes, did come down, but we did essentially trend down for a number of hours, you know. So the 2 hour is reasonably effective. Haven't seen any sight yet of any of the others, and if I look on the 4 hour, you know, that DBSI is not overly strong. This looks largely like any other candle, you know, that we've got here, you know, but we are getting to a point where D-Day is coming, and Bitcoin has to make a decision about what it's going to do. If I was to just very quickly show market Cipher, nothing too extraordinary on the 4 hour. We've got some money flow coming up, which is nice. We've got the VWAP, which is heading down, which is less nice, but this is forming a nice anchor wave, so that's looking good. But if I start going to the 12 hour, looks quite bearish. 18 hour, bearish. 1 day, this hasn't confirmed, but bearish. The VWAP is bearish looking. 2 day, red dot, bearish. And apologies, this is not market Cipher, this is VMC Morpheus. Apologies. You know, haven't quite got anything here on the 3 day, but that VWAP is curving round, could easily come back down, you know, quite possibly. And then we get onto the weekly. You know, we've had this red dot that's been confirmed a couple of weeks ago, that is still playing out. 2 week, this will confirm on Sunday. Nothing has happened in the last week, which makes me think that it won't confirm. So that is obviously bearish. And we now have one on the monthly, you know, and you can see last time we had one on the monthly, that kind of drop, right? And if I went to price action, let me just if I went to price action and see if I can get rid of these trend lines. I mean, you can see that divergence there on the monthly, quite clear. I think I was drawing it actually on the 2 weekly, sorry. You can see if I was to measure, if I just go from candle to candle rather than wick to wick, you know, that was a 70% drop the last time we got that. 70% drop. And that obviously brought us down to, you know, around about 35k mark. Obviously that dipped as low down as $29,000. So that is undeniably a large drop. Should we be worried? Depends on your perspective. I think if you're going to short it down to $29,000, I don't think you got a lot to worry about. You know, I think you're pretty good. You know, obviously that hasn't confirmed yet. You know, so that's the important thing. But if it does, and I appreciate we've got a whole month to go, you know, that could be quite a big quite a big move. And you know, for those of you who follow things like Plan B, who had his prediction for November being $98,000, I think for his floor model, his stock to flow model was 100,000 plus by the end of the year. I think his floor model for December was 135,000. We obviously completely missed it on November, and he put that down to a black swan event and something he couldn't put his hands on. But certainly on he still feels that the model is still valid, and he's looking for it to be confirmed with a successful prediction in December. If it doesn't, and it's 2 months in a row, it does start questioning whether the model has been broken and therefore is no longer accurate. Certainly on his stock to flow model, that's a entirely different model, obviously coming out with a not too dissimilar result. So it'll be interesting to see whether that also holds. I must admit, there is nothing so far on the charts to indicate we are going to go parabolic anytime soon. Not at all. And I think, you know, going back to like a daily view, you know, and let me switch on this trend line, you know, getting above here is crucial, absolutely crucial. I have always felt though, if we can bounce off here, we would come up. I appreciate I've got all this text on here that I've written. I have felt that if we could get the bounce off that, we would be we would go to the upside, and we would be looking good for a large move up. I think now that we're starting to get 2-day, certainly 3-day and 4-day will probably follow. The weekly, 2 weekly views, red dots, monthly red dots, you know, it seems very difficult to think that we're getting above here and that we're going to hit, you know, all-time highs. Looks difficult. I'm not going to say it's impossible, and we do get moments of if I bring up VMC here, green dot, red dot, green dot. You know, there's nothing to stop us getting a green dot here and going up, right? Nothing to stop us. You know, look, you know, it has happened. You know, so you know, at the same point, there's also nothing to stop us, you know, having a much, you know, we're here, you know, could that go down, then we get a green dot, and then we go up, and then we get another red dot. You know, there's nothing to stop any of that happening, you know. And look, in order to get to the point, if I go to Wolfpack Pro, you know, if we go back to look at these signs. So we got June, and we got another one in June, then we got another one in end of June, and we, you know, and it got to this point where we got, you know, it started looking like actually we're coming out of this. You know, that took, you know, months to prepare, right? And we're here. You know, that was the early warning sign that actually we can see that you know, we are building towards something. We can't see that we're building towards anything at this point. That said, look here, you know, this obviously hit an all-time high, which is fantastic. But look, there's no golden cross here. You know, we've got that yellow. You know, could this still work out? Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I suspect this needs a little bit of time to form. You know, so it'll be interesting. We're obviously looking at a potential dump, market dump. I'm not sure if we are. This liquidity, this around 56k has been immensely strong. It has held remarkably well. We're sitting on it now. Are we going to move down lower? You know, and what's to stop us continuing to range? But at some point, Bitcoin is either going to have to break to the top side or it's going to break down. Just very quickly, if I look on cryptograph here, this has been looking bearish for a number of days. Really, not sure really what to say about it yet. I don't think it's telling me anything that where it's giving me any more confidence over Market Cipher or VMC Morpheus or Wolfpack Pro. You know, the market is undeniably ranging. Very, very quickly, if I go to Ethereum, try and get rid of that. You know, we are. What's going on with my Ethereum chart? That's completely messed up. Let me just go on here to Ethereum. Right, go with those. You know, look, we're dipping. How strong? You know, DBSI doesn't make it look like it's going to be a mega move. It really doesn't. And this is held. This is held. It could still hold. It could absolutely still hold. If I go to a 1 hour, I mean, it's a good move down. But you know, we're not seeing that here. Not seeing that. You know, that looks a little bearish. You know, if I go to VMC Morpheus, that's looking pretty bearish there. Nice trigger wave to move down. If I go back to the 1 hour, and if I go to Wolfpack Pro, that's looking pretty bearish. You know, so there are some bearish signs. Is it enough to make me think we're going all the way down here? I don't know. Look, I'm in a short. You know, it looks like we could come down a little bit further, but this has held. This has held. You know, and do I think it could still hold? Absolutely. One of the difficulties probably in the last, maybe a little bit less for Ethereum, but certainly for Bitcoin, is that, you know, because we've ranged, we've really not given a very clear indication about which way we're going. You know, it's not happened. Let's just have a quick review on some other coins. We've broken back above this big trend line for Cardano. If I go back to the daily, we've broken above, which has been great. You know, that's been a nice pump. However, you know, we're now dipping down, but our DBSI is looking quite good. You know, can we try and get above this EMA? Possibly. Still think there's a lot of potential in Cardano. We're heavily undervalued. I think I've been talking about that a lot, so I think there's still scope in that. Could we see a retest? Possibly. I mean, that's quite a big move down to 1.5, but you know, that'd be nice short even from here. That'd be quite a nice short. Could we see that happen? I'm not sure actually. Not sure. You know, we are finding a bit of support in and around here, so you know, this could be as low as it goes. Sol's looking pretty healthy. Did look like it was in danger of coming out of this channel. It's broken back above. Actually, had some nice pumps. You know, I wouldn't say it's undervalued anymore. It's about right. Litecoin has been struggling really, and very much like XRP, has really struggled to get even close to here, and has never looked like it's going to break above. I still think both of them are very undervalued. I think there's a lot of opportunity still in both of them, but we're not there yet. What is going to happen next? Very difficult to tell. Look, we've already retraced, so you can already see, you know, how much support is here. You know, yeah, it's tricky. Could this be a bit of a dump to kind of lure people in? Quite possibly. You know, that could absolutely lure people into shorts, and then suddenly, boom. You know, very possible. I think the biggest thing I would turn and say to people at the moment is to trade safely. Difficult moment, trade safe, and sometimes, you know, it's about knowing when not to trade. Thank you very much for joining me. If you like the content, press the like button, subscribe to the channel, share it please, and my Discord address is in the description below. Thanks a lot.